Alright, what is going on, guys? Welcome to today's video. Now today I'm doing something a little bit different, and I'm going to be answering your guys' questions that you asked me in the comment section. Without further ado, let's get right into the question. Now, a little kind of statement here is I'm not going to be reading your guys' names because I don't want anyone, I don't want you to be like watching the video like I don't want my name revealed. But if it's something if it's like your channel name, like not your real name, but like what you've named your channel, like something games or like whatever, you get what I'm saying? Like that's when I will. But other than that, I'll just say your first name so no one gets like, so you don't get whatever happens, just saying your first name. So Dave asks, hey Logan, when was your first 300 game? My first 300 game is my only 300 game, and it was when I was 13 years old, which I still am, in Florida. As you guys can watch that video, it was really funny. I feel like it was a pretty good reaction, and yeah, check it out. I was 13 years old. Muhammad asks, where do you get those cool balls? They're so cool. He's talking about the ones in my the trick shotting video, bowling trick shot video, and they're the house bowling balls at my bowling center. I don't know if that's a sarcastic question or not, but I'm just gonna answer it anyways. Okay, so Bio Killing Man 67 Gaming asks, can you give me your opinion on a Storm Punch Out? I use it and I love it. I bowled 278 with it, and I would like to know if you have one also. My next ball I'm thinking about getting is a Storm Snack Block or a Storm Lock. Now, first of all, the Punch Out, I've heard from other people it's a great ball, and I've seen other people use it. It looks really nice. But over a Storm Snap Block or a Storm Lock, I would have to say, if I were you, I would get the Snap Lock. It just has a lot newer motion, a little bit better, and it just looks like an amazing ball overall. But I've never personally used the Punch Out, and I've never personally used the Snap Lock, but what I've seen is the Snap Block is pretty good. But yeah, dude, congrats on your 278 and get that 300. Evan asks, what is your arsenal? Now, I already have a video on this, but I may as well say it. I've got from most hooking to least hooking, I have a Columbia 300 Tyrant, a Ebonite Gamebreaker 2 Phenom, gotta say the Phenom in there, Columbia 300 Impulse, a Storm, Tropical Storm, and a Brunswick T-Zone. Those are my 5, counting from most aggressive to least aggressive, and I might possibly be getting a new ball soon, but I guess we'll have to see what happens. Alright, David asks, man, I keep watching your videos and your form, but every time I try for myself, I can never seem to get it. Any advice? Well, David, what you need to do is just practice and keep practicing. Never, like, just throw a bad shot and be like, God, I hate my life. Oh, no. Just, like, okay. And what I used to do, actually, what I still do now, kind of with YouTube, but I'm not really, was I would record, I still do this, as I just said, but I record my games and I look at what I did, like the shots I did well, what I did there compared to shots I didn't do well. And I kind of like pick out the things that I did well in one shot, and then I look at the one where I may have, I don't know, like just dumped it way too far right or pulled it over and see like what I did. Could it be maybe your backswing, maybe your arms getting varied off, maybe your hand positioning when you start, maybe you're just kind of late to the line, maybe you're too quick to the line, maybe you're not standing far back. It could be a number of things, but that's for you to decide like what you want your throw to be and kind of how you want it to get there. And just don't give up, you know. It'll get there eventually, I promise you. Okay, AKA 4X asks, how old are you? I'm 13 years old. Henry asks, I joined a league the other day, and it was my first time bowling in my life. Like, no joke, I had no experience other than the Wii. My highest score was 158, and my lowest was 126. Is that bad or good? Considering that's your first time, that is very good. Well, it seems like you've got a lot of talent in you, and I would just keep up the good work and keep practicing, dude. That's really good. Good job. Young Savage asks, using your arm pretty well, but it seems like it's just hanging and holding you down. What he means is, in my last video, finally bowling again, was I started putting my left arm in front of me in my backswing, and what that basically does for me and what I've seen other pros do is it gives me a little bit more leverage at the line, it gives me a little bit more easy power, and it kind of keeps my right foot, my anti-slide foot, when I stick behind me, it keeps it from not going too far behind me and leaving my shoulders all over the place, because the important thing in bowling is always keep your shoulders where you want your target to be, and if not, then you're going to be very, very inconsistent with your throws, and that's just something my dad and I tried to fix, and it's been working pretty well so far. Nike Nerd asks, what are the specs on your Gamebreaker 2? What he means by Gamebreaker 2 Phenom, and my specs on it is basically, it's pin up, and it's basically drilled, so it goes as, like, it goes, and once it hits, like, mid lane, it just snaps. That's basically what it's drilled for, if that's what you're asking. One thing I'm noticing reading through the comments is you guys are, like, super nice to me. You always say, like, congrats on 1K, or, like, your throw is so good, or something. Thank you guys so much. It actually does really mean a lot to me, and it's awesome that you guys are that nice. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much. CLE Swag 24 asks, why don't you like the code black? I just got it and hate it. Skids and skids, so allergic to oil. I got it because everyone said it was a blackened monster, and I'm so disappointed. Well, CLE Swag 24, you basically just said why I don't like it. I just don't like the motion on it. It's not what I like in my ball. Alright guys, I'm sorry, I have no idea how to say this guy's name, but he goes, hey Logan, if you could do a two-handing bowling video, that'd be awesome. Now I know that's not a question, but that's kind of a statement. But that's kind of a video I'm thinking about doing, is doing like me bowling a whole game two-handed and seeing what I can do, and maybe you guys can give me some pointers on being two-handed. Now tell me if you guys in the comments if you guys think that's a good idea, and yeah, I'll be sure to do it if you guys like. I think it's a good one. Matt asked me, what should I average before doing youth tournaments? What I would do if I were you, don't worry about average, alright? If this is your first ever tournament, youth tournament, which I'm guessing it is, considering that question, is just go out there and kind of bowl on the patterns, pay attention to yourself, but also pay attention to what other people around you are doing, because sounds like you're new. So what I would do is just kind of observe other people, and kind of learn from them and see like look at their scores and kind of be like, okay. And what I also did when I first started bowling in tournaments was I set like reasonable goals, because I knew that when you go into sports tournaments and things, your average from your league to your sports tournament or sports shot tournaments changes dramatically. Usually your average drops around 30 or so pins. It's kind of what I go by. And, you know, I just set my expectations. My first one ever, I was averaging about 150 in league. So I was like, okay, well, I know that I'm going to average a lot less. So I set my goals for like 110 each game. And when I beat that, I was like, oh, that's so cool. It feels like you're making progress along the way, which is good. And you just want to like, just make sure, I don't know, there's no real like average to it. You just got to go there and that's how I get better. That's how you just got to go there and kind of keep growing as you keep going. All right, Matt asked, nice jersey and hat, bro. Do you know a lot about drilling, layouts and stuff? I know my fair share. I'm definitely not qualified to do any drilling, but I know a good bit of it, and I know enough to be able to kind of understand like what I would need in my arsenal and what might not work. Bradley asked, I've got a 1973 rubber AMF bowling ball. Would the Storm Extra Clean work on my ball? Now, honestly, I have no idea, but my assumption would be yes. I mean, I don't see why not. I guess, yeah, I would. Stephanie asked, do you have only 3 bowling balls? Because I have about 12 for different sport shots. No, I have 5, and that's in my arsenal video, so you might want to check that out. Guys, well, that concludes this video. I answered a good amount of questions, and if you guys have more, make sure to comment down below, and I might turn this into a little series I do weekly. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like, share with friends if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.